Hey planner friends, how's it going? Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Ryan and this is A Man with the Plans. And we are back to do a budget related video. I'm in my Erin Condren and this is the deluxe monthly here. Normally this is where I keep my budgets, but today's video I really wanted to talk through my car payoff journey. I linked in my August budget that I was planning on paying my car off this month, and I went ahead and I did it at the beginning of the month because I just wanted to get it out of the way and taken care of and didn't have any more interest accruing on it. But I wanted to talk through kind of like my journey of car buying and also like how I paid it down. And then as you can see here, we're going to talk all about the amortization schedule, which is really just like what you pay towards interest, principal, and watching the balance go down. And then I had my standard repayment and then the payment process that I went through and the cost savings of all of it. Interestingly enough, I had started out with, this is the only car I've ever purchased. In high school, I saved up and bought a car for cash. With some help from my mom and my grandfather, and I had drove that car all through college, and it was actually handling pretty well. It was a Honda Civic. You could drive it into the ground, but it was getting up on miles. And so my family at the time, this is obviously pre-Dave Ramsey for me, said, you know, you're an adult now. It's your turn to go ahead and buy a car on your own. You should do that. And so I had decided on a Subaru, and I love my car. I think it's wonderful, and it's going to be something that helps get me all over the place for the next, hopefully, 7 to 10 years. That's my goal. But at the time, I did not really have a down payment. We used some of the trade-in, and then I had some help. And so ultimately, I ended up on, let me zoom you guys in, and we'll kind of walk through this bit by bit. So, I have my lender there. I bought a 2016 Subaru Crosstrek. It was November when I purchased it, so it was one of those things where like the 2016s were rolling in, which was super exciting at the time. And I fell for that and needed to get it. And so purchased on the November 26th, right around Thanksgiving is when I picked the car up. The loan amount was $23,664.64. The interest rate that I got on my loan was 3.79%. That was partly because I had never had a loan before, and so it's a little bit high. And the loan term was 78 months. So kind of a long loan. It's like 6.5-ish years, which is kind of strange, but it's also not 84 months like the average is right now. So the other thing I'm going to tell you is that these are not actual numbers. I kind of guesstimated using an amortization calculator, so using the interest rate and the loan amount that I had and the time frame. This is what it comes out to. I think it was pretty close. But essentially, I wanted to see how much of my money was going towards interest every year. Let me also just say that my standard monthly payment for my car was going to be $347 for throughout the life of the loan. There was also a point where I had automatic payment through something called IntelliPayment, which I don't recommend. They're really difficult to work with. However, I was getting like a 0.25% interest rate reduction at the time to have like auto draft payments every 2 weeks. So let's talk about amortization. Essentially, it's the schedule in which you watch the ratio of interest to principal on your loan move throughout the time that you're paying for it. So obviously, as your balance is higher at the beginning, you pay more in interest and less in principal. And then over the course of time, that sort of switches. And so for houses, when you have like a 15 or 30-year loan, the amortization schedule is humongous, and you can watch it kind of like slowly pass each other at the end. But for a car, especially in my case with only 6 years, which still seems like forever, you can see that the amortization schedule does flip around pretty quick. And so for me, 2016, I was slated to pay $829.11 in interest, $3,288.79 in principal, lowering the balance to $20,117.22 in the first year. Let me just tell you that for 16, 17, and almost all of 18, I followed the basic schedule that was planned for me, right? In the way the Dave Ramsey debt snowball works itself out is you go from smallest balance to largest. My car was my second largest total balance, so it waited quite a while for my snowball to get rolling. And so as you can see here as we move through, for 2017, $704.59 in interest, $3,353.29 in principal, and that lowers the balance to $16,763.93. As you can see, rinse repeat, these numbers continue to drop: $575, $440, $301, $156, and then the last 6 months for 2022, $22.24 in interest. And then as you watch the principal balance start to rise, you'll see it's $3,482, $3,616, $3,756, and then $3,901, and then the last remainder of the balance, $2,006.70, all just kind of wraps itself up. This is a perfectly fine payoff schedule for somebody that doesn't mind having a $347 loan payment for 6.5 years. For me personally, I realize now that the power of having that money be freed up for other things is really important. And so that's why I committed back in 2017 fully to get into the Dave Ramsey plan. So what I did below is I mapped out sort of the yearly contributions or payment schedule that I would really be going with overall throughout the life of my loan. So as you can see here, the standard repayment, so for 2016 it was $4,164, and I got that number taking $347, the monthly payment, times 12 months. And as you can see, for 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, that was just over $4,000 a year that I was putting towards my car, with the last year being $347 times 6, making my final payment June of 2022, so the total for that year would only be $2,082, which is fine. In total, if you add all of that up with accrued interest, the total price of my car off of the loan would be $27,066. So just a little, almost $4,000 extra in interest based on the life of the loan. And that's money that you are gonna have to use for other stuff, or I could use for saving a house, my other debt snowball loans. But this is where things get exciting, is at the close of 2018, you can see here that for 16 and 17, standard amounts, but 2018, I kicked up a little bit for December and paid a little bit extra towards my car. That's because I had finished my first student loan back in November. I'll leave a link to that video up over there. It's a good one, an old one, it's an exciting one. And so as you can see, 2018 ticked up a little bit in income. And then 2019, I went a little bit bonkers and threw the kitchen sink at my loans. Tax return and everything, I was able to complete my final payment of my car loan on August 6th, 2019. Really, really exciting. It was such a really cool feeling to be able to, I had to call the bank. It was a weird thing. They had to personally like push the loan through at the end, which was kind of fun. But this is what I really want to talk about. You can see here that my total that I ended up spending towards my car was $25,376.91. So if I subtract what I should have paid over here based on this, in terms of interest savings, it doesn't feel like a whole lot, but I saved $1,689.07 on interest. That's a lot. That's $1,600, almost $1,700 that I can put towards some other thing, my emergency fund, my student loan. And I think that's like the coolest thing. The one thing for me that's kind of interesting is that if I was able to put that much money towards debt in the first half of 2019, that means that there's a good chance that I can do the same thing again for my student loans, and that would cut my current balance over half. So I think there's a really exciting opportunity here for me to really kick it into high gear and move it forward. I think the other exciting thing is if you add up all these years that have, so there's 5 months remaining in 2019, right? It's September, October, November, December. Okay, so 4. And so if we do some math quickly, so there's 4 payments this year, and then there's gonna be 12 payments for this year, for 2020, 12 payments for 2021, and then 6 payments there. That's 34 monthly payments of $347 that I don't need to worry about and I can put towards something else. Which means that I'll have $11,798 of my income over the next 3 years to put towards things that are more important to me than my car, which I think is kind of amazing. Let me just write that down, right? So extra income, basically, because of having these free debt payments, I have $11,798 to spend over the next 3 years, technically. That's an emergency fund right there. That's $10,000 saved. That's cutting my student loan and getting rid of it and being done with it. There's so many options here of things I can do. And for me, it was just about getting really serious and taking the matters into my own hands and not living my life based on a monthly payment that I thought I could afford. Because at the time when I bought this, I was like, okay, everybody has a car payment, it's totally normal, don't even worry about it. But there's so many other good things I could be doing with that money. In a personal note, think of all the planner supplies $347 a month could get you if I didn't have any other payments, right? I just think that's pretty amazing. The one thing I love about doing this was it made me feel good that the work was worth it. I sacrificed a lot of trips and a lot of other exciting things with my friends. And looking at the fact that I already saved myself $1,600 and then I have all this extra money coming in now that I can allocate towards things that are important to me and my future. I don't know, it's a no-brainer at this point. And I realized looking at this, never gonna have a car payment again. It's totally not worth it. But let me zoom you guys out so you can see the whole picture one last time. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I really enjoyed making this for you. It was a lot of fun for me to look over and see all the hard work. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. It does help the channel out. You can find me on all sorts of fun little social media. I'm on A Man With The Plans. It's on the end slate for Instagram as well as for Facebook. I also have a blog, www.amanwiththeplans.com. I try to post there once a week lately. It's been harder than I thought. But yeah, I make new videos every Monday and Thursday. You financial folks know that these videos tend to come out every Thursday. But what are the big wins you're celebrating this month in terms of your finances? What are those things that you're really, really excited for, or you're saving for, or you're doing? Let me know in the comments below. I try really hard to respond to every single comment. I hope you're having a great week, a great month of August, and make some smart financial choices. I'll see you guys later. Bye.